Casey is up next.
I have a speech here, so just journey with me while I paint a picture for you. Once upon a time in Bath, there was a courthouse. Not one, but two drugstores, medical practices where private doctors visited on a regular basis. There were social welfare programs where the unemployed females were taught needlework such as crochet, knitting, embroidery. They were taught baking, jam making, and other aspects of the culinary arts. The men in those days ventured in farming and recreation in their spare time. In those days, persons took the time out to elevate themselves with the help of the persons in power. My audience, if you take a look at Bath now, after the decades which should have brought improvement, you would be distraught at the level of underdevelopment. We have no drugstore, no courthouse. We have only one clinic which only sees a doctor on Tuesdays. And on those Tuesdays, the clinics are overcrowded. And it takes one entire day for a patient to get through. So you're basically wasting that day overall. Our farmers have no roads to access their farmlands. And they have to cut their way with a machete daily, their walkway. They have absolutely no roads to transport their produce to and from economic ventures. There is a lack of economic activities and social amenities which forces people to migrate. To make matters worse, the very pipe, sir, please can I have your attention? The very pipe that takes water from the Bath fountain to supply the community is asbestos, which is cancerous, if most of you know, and as a people, we suffer daily. As the youths, we are fed up, we are frustrated, and we think it is time that something changes. So today, sir, we make ourselves available to work with you. Bath has a very active community club, as you know, the Bottom Yard Community Club, sir. And we have skilled members, and we want to develop our community. My proposal to you is this. We need to create more infrastructure and utilize those already in place to build our community so that, oh, speaking of it, sir, you said that our community center was supposed to start refurbishing in March 2018. Sir, that deadline has already passed. That date is passed. The Bath Community Center, sir, the one in Gingerwell that you built when you started out in your earlier years. It needs to be refurbished, sir. You specifically stated that by March 2018, refurbishment would have actually started.
I didn't say that. What I said after budget exercise. But I finish your
and then
I don't want to intervene.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Sir, the school has a section that is not being utilized. Sir, that area can be used for social welfare intervention, where people learn trade and crafts to build themselves and make a living. Sir, in that area, I am a teacher. I am making myself available to work with you. If there are persons who like to learn math and are in the Bath community, they can come. I offer my services. I know that there are other persons who are skilled in other areas who are willing to offer themselves. So let us sit down, form a committee, talk about these things. We have the ideas. We have the people. We just need a little assistance. We need to be working together as partners. I'm not just here to point finger and say, I have this issue, I have that issue. We as a people in Bath, we are here ready to work with you, sir. So let us work together.
Thank you. Advocacy in motion. But let her know, sir, that you write when you're paying attention. But I like that.
I really appreciate the fact that you have taken time out to put your thoughts on paper. And what I appreciate even more, the fact that you have offered yourself for service, which I will take up on that offer. Let me, however, remind you of just a few things, not to discredit anything that you would have said, but to put the thing in context. The days we're talking about in relation to 40 years ago, I was working at the Bath Health Center, One Health Center. Since that time, one of the reasons, and today we are having a work day at the clinic. And that work day is not accidental. It came out of the meeting I had when I attended your AGM. It would have been 4 or 5 weeks ago. And the matter was raised. I came out of that meeting and I met with the National Health Fund and made representation. That's how, and I visited there today too, the work that is taking place. What we want is a search for solution. And the fact that you are willing to work, and I am also willing to work. What I will, however, say, the same center that is being asked for refurbishing, Madam Moderator, we fixed it up. We built a new basic school right beside it. We built a multi-purpose center. It's one of the multi-purpose centers that has been built long before the other 4 or so that I have done.
Yes.
Outside of that, the same community center got 13 computers that were left there to rot. 13 computers that I gave. And they were left there to rot. So, you know, just to say we come and rebuild or refurbish, once we have the team in place to do what needs to be done, trust me, I am willing to work. So I'll get your information because I like your passion. And I think it is important to convert that into useful outcome. So you have my full support in that regards.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Just before I go, I know that you are fixing the roads, the main roads, but what about those adjacent to Bath? For example, Mansfield. Sir, before you stand up, I live in Mansfield. There are landslides that has been there from last year that has not been cleaned. It is in deplorable condition, and because of that, the water is not taking the channel that it's supposed to take. It's taking the roadway and it is digging up the road. I am sorry that Mr. Ludlow Matheson is not here today because he's the one person that I want to address. As it
Ludlow
relates to that.
Matheson would be the counselor.
Counselor, yes.
Okay, so we need to connect that conversation and this clip.
So if you can, sir, just
But
make
just
the
to
connection.
remember, we fixed every road in Bath Division except for not Mansfield. Mansfield was fixed.
In 2000.
You are old enough to remember when
Yes,
Mansfield,
in 2003.
not by the councillor,
I know.
but by me as member. We fixed Taunton. We did from Potosi to Morant River Bridge. What we left out was Mount Felix, parts of Ayfield. We did the parish council side of Beacon Hill. Not that. We did your road. We did Springbank. We did Johnson Mountain. So, you know, we have done Bath to Audley on 3 occasions since the mid-90s.
Sir, Mansfield has only done on one of those occasions.
One occasion. And I take your point about they having not cleaned up your thing. So I'm going to arrange to clean
Thank
it up.
you.
All right?
Thank
So
you.
I really want us work.
Thank you.
Good. And thank you for your intervention.
All right, thank you, Advocate Casey.